Okay, HVAC 202, lab final, short video. This is on the 9340 relay. So the 9340 relay looks more complicated, but it's a relay. All the relays work the same. This relay down here is your coil wires. So this point that this yellow's on, and this is the exact same point. This point where the blue's on, and this point's the exact same point. So I could touch down here on the metal pin, or I could touch here. I like to touch here and get in the hole and hold it. Okay, so that's the coil. Then I have a set of switches. I'm gonna pull this wire off so you can see this top switch, top two switches easier. Right here is labeled 1. So this is 1. Right here says 3. So this is 3. This green one's 3. And if I follow this diagram, I see that I have an open switch between 1 and 3. So this should be open. But also if I follow the diagram from 1 down here to 2, this is 2, I can see I have a closed switch. So between 1 and 2, between here and here ought to be closed, between here and here ought to be open, with nothing happening, with no power going to the whole thing. So I'm going to put my voltmeter on ohms. Well, I'm going to put on volts first because that's what I should do. I'm going to make sure I don't have any voltage going to this coil. Okay, I do not have any voltage going to the coil, so I can check the ohms. All right, well, I'm going to check from 1 to 2, and I should have a closed switch. It's pretty closed, and then I should check here on the open switch and make sure it is open. And it's open, okay? I would do the same thing for this side. So let's do this side. So the switch says the same thing. Between 4 and 5 is open switch, unpowered, and between 4, oh, that's at 6. I'm sorry. Between 4 and 6 is open, unpowered, and between 4 and 5 is a closed switch. So between 4 and 5 should be closed. And it is. And between 4 and 6 should be open, and it is. So this tests out properly for the switches. All 4 switches. This switch, this switch, this switch, and this switch. They all test out right. Okay, so I'm good for that. Now, what I'm going to do, and because we have nothing hooked up here, you wouldn't have to do this. But in the field, you're going to have to do this. You're going to have to take at least one side off of your coil. Yeah, let's try this side. Oh. Holy crap. Okay. All right. So I already know that I didn't have any power here. That's the check that I already did. I still don't have any power here. That means I can use my battery and my ohm meter to do that. But I need to see if the coil is open or shorted or able to do work. If it's open, it'll say OL. If it's shorted, it'll say something close to 0. And it doesn't. It's somewhere in the middle. That's great. 14 ohms. It's not. It's good, okay? So now I'm going to put the wires back, and I'm going to power it up. Pause. Okay, so we're going to hook the power up to the relay, and it's a 24-volt relay with either high or low powered switches. It doesn't matter. Up to 12 amps on this one. So I'm going to go here from one side of power, the neutral, and I'm going to carry it up here to the common. And then I'm going to go from the other side of power, the 120, because that's all we got coming in from the wall, and go over here to the 120. Okay, so now I have my power coming in to the transformer. Now I need to get my power, low voltage power, my transformed power out to the low voltage coil on the relay. Well, I got a blue wire here on the coil and I got a yellow wire. Here's the blue, so I'm just going to hit blue. I'm going to use this red one for yellow because I don't have a yellow. This is the other side. Yellow on the coil, yellow. So now I should have low voltage, as soon as I turn on the switch, low voltage going to the relay. Let's find out. Let's find out if this stuff's working. Let's turn it on. I'm just going to check here at the very power source. Okay, so I have 124 volts coming from the wall socket here to this point. This point is connected to this point. There we go. I still got nothing. Oh, there it is. It's there, barely. And I should have 24 or better coming out. And I got it. I got 27. So I got 27 coming to the relay coil. That is correct. I got 27 coming to the relay coil. So if the relay coil is intact, it's not open, it's not closed, and the switches are good, unpowered, then when I apply power to it, the proper power, which is 24 or better, not beyond 32, but 24, 28, 29, 27, 26, something like that, then it ought to be able to do its job. What's its job? To switch the positions of the switches. So again, this top switch from here to here was open unpowered, so now it should be closed. So I don't have any high voltage power coming to this, so I can check it on ohms. So I'm checking on ohms, and that switch did open. It's supposed to be open unpowered, and it's supposed to be closed powered, but it didn't close. Oh my gosh, that one might be bad. Let's try this one. This one is open. It did switch because it used to be a closed switch. It did open. So this 1 to 2 did it what it's supposed to, but as far as I can tell, 1 to 3 did not do what it's supposed to. So this relay's bad. I wouldn't even have to keep going, but I'll just keep going just to humor you. So between 1 and 6 was open unpowered, and now it's closed. So it closed, it did what it's supposed to. Then from 4 down here was closed, now it should be open. So this side is working right. So if I only needed one side on this relay instead of both these sides, I could just use this and just know that that one's bad. I'll do this one more time because it's freaking me out. Yep, it's open. It never did close. It did not close. This switch did not close. Why? I don't know. I hear a little buzzing and stuff. I think it's trying to close, and it's still open. So this relay is bad. You got it? If the coil's getting what it needs, the proper voltage, these switches should change positions. And that's what I got. Pause. Okay, so here's a little bonus for you. Never really made it this far in the class. So I have 120 volts here coming in, and of course I got it going to my transformer, and I got it going out of my transformer. There it is. And I got it going into the relay. There it is. Okay. Now, what I have done is I've tapped off the power leg going to the switch of the contactor. So here's my tap coming off the power leg, going into number 3. That happens to be, it shows gray, so I guess it's that wire right there, gray. So now I have put power into the switch. I've got the coil energized, and I've put power into the switch. So the power going into the switch, this was an open switch, it should be closed. So between this point and this point, I've lost no power or voltage. I've dropped nothing, I've lost nothing. I've consumed nothing in the switch, and that's the way it's supposed to be. Now, this switch right here, from here to here should have been closed. And now it's not closed anymore. It says I only lost 7 volts, but I lost more than that. Okay, so that's powered. So if you take your high voltage power and go to the switch, we'll just say this is the common side of the switch. This is common between this one and this one. Okay, this part of the switch is common to here, and it's common to here. This should have closed when the coil's powered. This should have opened. Now, I could hook up anything after this, like on this green, I could hook it up to the light bulb and then bring the other side of the light bulb back to neutral, and the light bulb should light whenever I power this relay. Do you think we should do that or no? No. Okay, thank you very much.